Hey guys, what's going on? It's Eddie the Man here from Let's Play the Nation, and I got a new series coming at you guys for Call of Duty Black Ops 3. Alright, as you can tell by the title, it's called How to Play Domination. And what it basically means is how to play Domination, you know? So, I have a certain way of playing Domination, and it's a common way of playing Domination. In fact, it's the easiest way of playing Domination. What you see in the background is a Domination game on... Oh, what is this? What is this map? I have no idea. Combine, I think? The demo map. So, I opened up with this rush straight to B, right? This, I was originally planning on using this as a rushing man, up front man, offensive man, as you would say, for this map. So, you guys are confused about this. Basically what this means, How to Play Domination, is a series on how you play Domination. That death was insanely bad. So, what that means is, how to play Domination. That's probably the biggest question you're asking right now. That triple. It's very simple. There are three main, like, objectives, right? There are three main points. You have the offensive man, you have the middle man, and you have the defensive man. I am playing as the offensive man. So you would have two offensive men, two defensive men, two middle men. You can change it up accordingly. If you want one middle man, three offense, two defense, or one middle man, two offense, three defense. It doesn't really matter. You just need to fill those three places. There's even a fourth way if you're playing ground war, which would be the kill streak guy who's playing 4 kill streaks and nothing else. So let me break these things down for you. So the offensive man, his primary objective is the flags. And by flags, I mean the spawn flag and B. You do not go for the enemy's offensive flag unless you have to. My team, which is like, this is like my 3rd or 4th game playing with these teammates. I literally just got this game. All they wanted to do was flip spawns. We had no offensive men, which is a problem. I was the only one being offensive. I end up with like 7 or 8 caps, and I think there was like one other guy who got that many caps. Everybody else had like 2 or 3 caps. That's not gonna cut it. As an offensive man, you need to get the objective. Kill-death ratio doesn't necessarily matter. It'd be nice for everybody to get positive KD, but for the offensive men, the primary objective is the flags. Now, the biggest question that you guys are having right now is, well then what's a middleman for? Let me tell you. Okay, so the middleman is actually, I think, important. I wouldn't say integral to the success or failure of the team. Basically, the middleman is he's the middleman. He's there between the defense and the offense. He could be designated as the kill streak guy. You know, kind of camp in an area, camp, move, kill in an area. Basically, the middleman's job is to hunker around B, but do not go so far into B as your life might be endangered or threatened. You want to be overlooking B so that the enemy can't come in and swarm the place. The defensive man, though, sits back and is close to the middleman, but he's close enough to the C flag as possible, so that in case or a flag, the spawn flag, as possible, so that if the enemy does do a flank, you have 2 guys there or 3 guys there immediately to jump on. You know, just get on them so that the flag isn't lost. Now, what do you do in case you die? That's a very good question. Here's what you do. Okay, so say you open up with a 2-2-2, and then 2 offense, 2 defense, 2 middlemen. 2 middlemen, I guess. Let's say
the round's nearly over. Try to redeem yourselves.
At that point, you have 2 middlemen. So one isn't necessarily going for kill streaks as much as defending B. So he's kind of almost in the beginning of the game. He's almost like a third offensive man. But as the game wears on, he's got to become a middleman to help out with the other middleman. So let's say you open up with a 2-2-2, and one of the offensive men pulls out, gets very wounded, gets like 2 kills, pulls out, is hunkered by B. But one of the other guys dies. Well, then one of the middlemen would go, because you only need one person going for kill streaks. It would be the player with the highest KD, obviously. You need one player going for kill streaks, so that player would stay. You would designate before the game who's the kill streak middleman, who's the Overwatch middleman. So then the Overwatch middleman, his life is not as important as the KD middleman. So he would go in and join as an offensive man. The defensive men, one of them would come up, fill the place of the offense of the middleman, and then the first offensive man would spawn, and if he still wants to be an offensive man until things get settled down and B is captured, and then then he stays as a defensive man. Now, let's say that situation continues, B is captured. What then? The offensive men, one offensive man would go and push up to and as far as you could go until spawn split. I don't think this game's been out. I don't think anybody really knows how far you go before the spawn split. But if B is captured, one offensive man becomes a middleman. That way you have 3 middlemen, 2 defensive men, 1 offensive man. It'd be a 1-3-2. If B is lost, it'd become a 3-1-2. The 1 being the middleman with the kill streaks. So, you know, and then it repeats itself. Now let's say that the spawn split. At that point, it wouldn't matter because the defensive men. That means the defensive men have lost, and the middleman wasn't able to cover. So that means that's how the spawn flipped. The only problem with the spawn flipping is for the middleman, and that's with the kill streak, which means he would have to be aware and notice that the spawns are being flipped, which means he needs to get out. And he needs to be careful on how he gets out, because he can't, obviously you can't go to the way of the flag that's being captured, so you need to go the other way. But if they're making a push for B, well, now you got yourself a problem. You would have to stay, maybe let them get the spawn flag if you're close to a kill streak. Once they get it, that means everybody's going to come to B. So then you would have to overwatch B, get a couple kills, and then get out, right? And then find the spot on the other side of the map to use to get your kill streaks. So that's just the introduction of how to play Domination. My plan is to have at least one game of an offensive man, middleman, and defensive man on every map. That way I can show you all sides, all angles, what guns to use, what setup to use. You know, I'll go over that before the game starts, all that shit. So yeah. Now, for the rest of this game, I'm going to commentate how I would in a regular how to play Domination match, which would be almost like I'm shoutcasting the game, right? This is actually kind of weird, switching from an informal commentary to a shoutcast commentary. All right, I died. Here we go. Okay, so what I'm thinking here is my team is pushing C, and there's not enough people. See, we don't have any defensive men. Everybody's being a middleman or offensive man, so there's no coverage on C. And right now we're spawning to the side of the map, which is not good on Black Ops 3. You want to be on one side or the other. They're getting C. My team's behind me and to the side of me. I'm the only one on B. Oh, there was that prone guy on B, but he was in my way. So we got B, so I'm thinking, okay, good, let's get A. All right, everybody kind of calm down. Just calm down. Everybody focus up. We're super down in the score right now, but we can... I'm not really paying attention to the score. Somebody's on B. I've got my spikes. I go, get the kill. Not fast enough to save B. Grenade, that Killer Vials guy with his... I think that's an LMG. He was wrecking, man. He was wrecking. This is like my third game with him, and I won the first game against him, and he won these 2 games after that. So, I'm kind of freaking out because there are people everywhere. This is a really nice play by me, actually. So I go, I follow that guy, get him, but you'll see, I'm like, what happened? The War Machine guy came around, and so I should have been aware of that. I thought, like, oh, what if I came back around and got the guy? That would have been interesting, but I don't know if it would have been the right play, per se. So now, I'm just trying to pick up anybody who's making an offensive push for our spawn flag, like those last 2 kills. Now I'm pushing for B because I see a teammate. I don't necessarily know if he's going for it or not, but it doesn't matter. I end up 34 and 21 with 6 captures and 6 defends. Totally could have been better. The second guy and then like the 4th place guy each have really nice amounts of captures, but I don't think anybody else does. And then compare it to the other team. Yeah. Yeah. No. It's just, it's me and the second dude. The other dude, it looked like a 7, but it was a 2. So, I think we won on captures, but they just held the base for longer. So, it's a nice balance between the 2. Anyways, that's just the introduction. Things are starting to rev up for Black Ops 3. I'm Eddie the Man, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.